Yes, it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Yesterday, I thought yesterday was Wednesday. It was a little slip up. Get a little mixed up about the days sometimes, but it wasn't. Today is Wednesday. It's Thanksgiving Eve. It's let's get in that kitchen and get some dressing and some turkey and all the little sides and all the little things together, baby. It's time. It's time. It's time. I don't know about y'all. I am thankful and grateful every day, baby. Every day. I have something to wake up and be grateful for. But baby, I am so thankful for that turkey and dressing. I love me some dressing. I don't know why. Let me mute this phone. I don't know why, but I just do. The way my palettes just jump around. It ain't no anybody's dressing. I can't have anybody's dressing. I need some good dressing. It gotta be some good dressing. So I am so ready. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so ready for some dressing. I ain't even gotta have a lot of turkey. But if that crust on that turkey, that skin, not the crust, but if that skin is a little, got that little crisp to it, give it to me. Give it to me. I don't need but a little piece. I ain't gotta have a white meat. I like the skin. But okay, that's not why we here. That's not what we are talking about today. But that is something that I value. I value me some chicken and dressing, baby. And I value me that little skin on that turkey. I'm just saying. I am just saying, welcome y'all to day three. It is day three of our self awareness and identity series. This week we have been talking about self awareness and identity. So on day one, which was Monday, we talked about, we focused on self awareness, seeing yourself clearly, knowing exactly what it is that you want. On day two, we uncovered your strengths and weaknesses, the things that you naturally carry. It's something that's within you that, that you're just not going to negotiate on, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Mr. Allen. So today we just going to go a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper, because once you start to see yourself and understand how you're wired, the next step is knowing what you stand for. I mean, we're going to be talking about something that sits at the core of every choice you make, every boundary you set, and every goal that you pursue. It's your value, baby. You either going to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Your value, they're not just vague ideas. Um, they're your internal compass. They're your compass. They're your guide. It's your anchor. It's your GPS. It's that thing that's connected to you to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. They tell you what matters most to you. Your values tell you what matters most to you. What you refuse to compromise on. And how you choose to show up when the pressure is on. And baby, if we all live in life, and life is always life, and so there's going to be pressure. But when you are unclear of your values, when you feel heavy, your life just feels heavy for you. When the decisions that you're making just have you feeling drained, when the boundaries you're trying to set, they just feel impossible. You end up saying yes to things that don't even serve you. You stepping into rooms, into relationships, into conversation, and it don't serve you. It ain't got nothing to do with the purpose and where you're going in life. You end up saying yes when you should be saying no. And then you sitting there wondering why you all exhausted and all frustrated. You're exhausted and you're frustrated because you're not clarifying your value. Everything shifts when you do. I'm just saying, come with me. Come with me. We got to hurry up, y'all, because I got that chicken over there falling off that bone to make that dressing. So we're going to get through this thing. We are going to get through it because we just got something to talk about. We could talk about goals all day. We could talk about the things that we want to do. But if we're not centering ourselves with one, being aware of who we are, if we're not allowing ourselves to understand our strengths and our weaknesses, and if we are not allowing ourselves to understand what we value in life, then we're going to be making decisions that's not aligned. We're just going to be moving. We're just going to be getting up functioning. It's not intentional. No, we're not waking up intentional. The boundaries that you have will not be natural to feel forced. So we got to work on our values, sweet baby. We got to know what we stand for. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sweet baby. Come through, come through. You cooking? Is that Missy? You cooking? What you cooking over there? Oh yes, come on with it then. um, Matthew 6:21 is one of those scriptures that I just want to leave with you, that allow you to resonate with where you're going in life. And for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Listen, what you value, your values reveal what you treasure, what truly matters to you. Go ahead and tap that screen. If you in here, just tap that screen for me and show me some love. It's a little hard up there. Go on and give me a heart, baby. It's Thanksgiving Eve, and we out here finna cook some turkey and all that stuff. The dressing, it's the dressing for me, y'all. It's the dressing and the good cheese and macaroni and cheese. Let me get back focused, y'all. Let me get back focused. But go ahead and tap that screen over there for sis. Your values reveal what you treasure. What matters to you? When was the last time you really sat with yourself and asked yourself, what matters to me? What really get me all warm and cozy on the inside? Clarity of your values, it creates freedom. Oh my God, let me tell you. When you come, I was in a space to where, like I say, it was moments I looked in the mirror and I did not identify myself, baby. Life was whooping me. You understand? But going from then into now, baby, the freedom, the confidence, and the power to navigate through life without drifting and people pleasing, baby. Listen, I was at everybody beck and call. I ain't gonna lie. I was. I was trying to fit in every space, trying to take care of everything, trying to make sure everybody was okay. But I wasn't happy though. I wasn't at ease. I was still, I go and be over there to myself after everything is done. And I was like, Lord, have mercy. I am drained. Today, we're just going to dig just a little bit. It's just another level that we're going to pull back because we're about to step into a new year, a new season in life. And I am just one. Each season just going to bring a different version of me. And each season is a season where I'm becoming a better version of myself. And so I like these little moments. When I coach my clients, I actually coach myself as well. I have a coach, a personal coach, but I go through the steps as well. I'm not going to stand here and tell you nothing that I won't do myself. I'm not going to stand here and try to I ain't here for the likes. Just like the screen though. Don't get that wrong. I'm not here for the likes. I'm here to share wisdom. I'm here to help us to get from where we are to where we want to be. For you that don't know me, let me go ahead and tell you, and then you'll understand why I'm here. I am Tawanda. I'm Coach Tawanda. I'm a called and certified personal development and goals coach. I am a best-selling author, and I am the podcast host of Talks with Tawanda. The spaces I create, sweet babies, these spaces are to help us heal, help us believe, and help us walk intentionally in purpose. That's it. That's all. That's what we're here for. We are here because we are in a season and we are going into a new year. But it's just not just a new year because it's 2026. It's going to be a new you. We are creating spaces to where we allow ourselves, allow our thinking, allow our values, allow the things and the decisions that we make to align with where we're going. We are going somewhere. Destiny is calling. Your vision is calling. The part of you that has been ignoring, the better part of you is calling. You see what I'm saying? We are calling and we are being called. And I think I said that kind of around. The part of you that you have been ignoring is calling for you. That's it. That's all. It's time. It's a shift. We have to shift our mindset. We have to shift how we look at ourselves, what we view, what we value. We're just talking about value. What do you value? What are your core values? I want you to reflect on them honestly, and I want you to start using them as the foundation of everything you do. Before you make a decision, you're gonna make a decision that's aligned with your value. If it ain't aligned, it don't feel right. Go ahead and move yourself to the side. It's okay. We are going to have to stop walking in rooms that we know don't serve us. Sitting in conversations, entering into relationship, sitting at jobs that we know that don't that it ain't. When you live in alignment with your values, you live fully. Baby, I love it. I love this life. Thank you for all the days that I sat in darkness, but Father God, I am thanking you for the light because I get to live intentionally. I wake up and I intentionally. It was a point of time where I wouldn't even fill out a calendar. Like, you got your little calendars and things of that nature. I wouldn't fill it out because it seemed like anytime I put what I wanted to do and mapped out time for myself, somebody always had something for me to do. And guess what I did? Because I wasn't standing on my values, standing on my boundaries, I'll just go. So it's like, oh, ain't no need for me to, put this together because every time somebody gonna come and I'm gonna do, but no, baby, let me tell you, let me catch my, now I get a call. Let me check my calendar. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. I'm not even giving no quick answers. Like, let me think about this thing first. It was a point of time I didn't think about it. I didn't consider it. I just jumped and did it. You said ha. I said ha ha. I'm just saying, can I be transparent with you? And so now it's like I get a phone call. Hey, could you do this? Let me check my schedule because I value my peace. And I refuse to be uncomfortable. I refuse to be drained. I refuse to not operate within my days intentionally according to how I need. I stands up when I need to stand up. But I'm not going to stand up with pressure. I'm not going to stand up with guilt. I'm not going to stand up unaligned. I am going to be aligned because the journey that I am on is going to require me to do so. This is not just my journey, sweet baby. It's your journey too. Without clarity of your vision, of your values, life can feel messy. It can feel a little confusing. It's gonna be a little exhausting if you've had those moments, if you felt that messiness, that confusion, that exhaustion. Go ahead and tap the screen somewhere. Tap the screen because it's letting me know that okay, I've been there. Either you've been there or you're there now, whichever one. If you've been there and you're not there now, glory be to God. Let's help those that's sitting in that space to come out of that space. When you're allowing yourself to not clarify your values, you sway by other people's expectations. You're going to say yes to things that you really want to say no to. You're going to follow the path of everybody else, what everybody else doing. Everybody got to drive this car. You want to drive the car. You don't even like them. You don't even like that car, that color for real. You're just doing it because everybody else doing it. I'm just saying, you are going to be in a position where everybody else's expectations will drive you. This is a moment when you know what you stand for, you ain't going to fall for anything. I'm just saying, you're going to be chasing goals that don't really matter. Been there, baby, let me tell you. Your coach, baby, listen, I have degrees, I have certifications, I have training in so many things, baby. I was doing all the things as an entrepreneur now, and I thought, oh, that's part of being an entrepreneur. No lies you tell. Maybe from real estate, I could teach you about real estate. I could teach you about, to write and publish a book. I can teach you about becoming I can teach you about some things because I was doing all the things. But what I realized is I was doing all those things. Good morning, B. Good morning. Once you know your worth, it becomes girl, you better say it with your chest out, Ma. So, but I was doing all the things. The things that I was doing, I was chasing. I was working hard, y'all. I was working hard. I was feeling unfulfilled in all those things because I was just doing it. But I sat down, Bill tell you, they be laughing at me sometimes, like this girl right here. Honey, you're not going to get me to go and just apply for anybody's job. It don't matter. It was once upon a time when I was like, making, you've heard, a little piece of something is better than nothing. No. You is not finna dog walk me in a job and me just do away with my piece. Anything that I will go volunteer somewhere and not get paid if it's gonna bring me joy to be there. I'm just saying. That's literally how I live my life, and I'm good. Baby, that ain't a bill don't get paid right here. Checks in the mail, checks in the mail. I get a whole lot of checks in the mail because I value being able to step in places, do what I need to do that's fulfilled by purpose, and then them checks gonna still come. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that's why you so right. Speak the truth. Money doesn't matter. My mental state is important. You are so right about that. Miss India, you are so right. I tell you, I don't chase money, I attract it. I'm gonna get exactly what I need. So what I do when I show up, baby, I'm not showing up for the dollar. It's people over money. It's my peace over money. It's my sanity over money. Money gonna come. 44 years old. Yes, I said it. I am 44. I ain't mad to say it because baby, that 44 look cute on me, but that's not why we here though, y'all. That's not why we are here. Going through the first half of my life, not valuing working here, I got 3 jobs. Baby, they was whipping my tail. Those 3 jobs had me whipped. I was chasing I was chasing money. I was chasing something. When you are chasing goals that don't matter to you, it tells you need to work on your value. You struggle with boundaries. I had those moments, baby. When we'll say 2021, when I really, really put my foot down. Now you can't, baby. You come close to the line in the wrong order. That thing is I got a whole alarm that's gonna sound out because what I am is ready. We're not gonna do it. When you're struggling with your boundaries, you're unsure of what's negotiable and what's non-negotiable. We should have some non-negotiables. We should have some things that we just not gonna bend on. My piece, baby, I ain't gonna bend on. I don't care how cute you look. I don't care how low you swing. My piece is gonna remain my responsibility. So therefore, there's gonna be some things that I'm just not gonna tolerate. There's gonna be some things we ain't gonna talk about because I already had said that's not a boundary. I'm not gonna enter into conversation, baby. I'm gonna hang up the phone. I don't want no part of it. So my value, one of the things that I value my peace. And in valuing my peace, I allow myself to sit in a position to first identify with who it is I am. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. So those weaknesses, those strengths, I know, okay, this is where I need to be moving. When it comes down to those weaknesses, okay, let me delegate this thing because it's going to stress me out, and stressing out ain't what I'm doing today because, again, it's not tied to my peace. You feel disconnected from yourself. Have you been in a moment, or have you ever felt that moment like you're just drifting through life without direction? You waiting on the clarity that really never comes. You have the clarity though. You have it by identifying and understanding who you are, what you stand for. Baby, if you're feeling disconnected with self, not trying to figure out, okay, where I'm going, what I'm doing, go ahead. Let's go ahead. We got some plugging up to do. Let's go ahead and plug that thing up because you deserve to be able to be in a position to make decisions that's going to be aligned with your purpose. We are all here for a purpose. We ain't here just to be sitting with our hands all twisted like we ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, we cute and all, but we gonna be cute with a purpose. You understand? We gonna know what we're doing, where we're going, and we're gonna walk in that thing. We gonna walk in that thing intentionally. When you define your values, everything it's science. It has to shift. It don't matter. When you define your values, everything has to shift. Your decision is going to get easier because you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what aligns with you. Your boundaries, oh, baby, they're going to stand strong because you understand what's a non-negotiable. And you ain't going to say no without, you ain't going to say, you going to say no and you ain't going to feel guilty about it. I'm just saying. You know, I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and so we're working on boundaries. And she had to set a boundary in an area that she has been lacking setting boundaries in. I ain't gonna say no name, but I can share this part of the story, right? And so we had to go, and I literally had to walk her through a situation where she had to set boundaries. She said, "Oh, but I feel so guilty." I said, "Oh, good girl." I got excited for her. She didn't even know why I got excited. I got excited for her because when you first start setting boundaries, it's going to be a feeling of guilt there that lets you know you're moving in the right direction. But then once you attach your values to it and you know what you stand on, that guilt ain't going to come. You're going to walk in the room. No, no, I'm sorry. I'm not available to do that for you right now. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. We gonna stop letting people put plates in front of us that we know we're not gonna eat off of. I'm just saying, your goals, they gonna get sharper and more personal. Listen, your goals is that thing that's driving you, that thing that's excited. You getting something together, baby, because your goals, they're rooted in what truly matters to you. So if you don't know what matter to you, you're just gonna be out here saying things, doing things, and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. Don't it? It's like a you know, you know how the feeling, the thought that came in mind, Miss India, is, have you ever had a massage or something like that, and they get in you, and it's like a hurt feel good. That's how that guilty feeling, but because we went so long being so consumed about what everybody else needed for us, what everybody else wanted us to do, so we was forgetting about ourselves. So that good feeling that we feel is because, oh, I just chose me. And that guilty feeling that we're feeling is like, okay, that's something new. I would, in my old self, in my old self, I would be doing that thing. In my old self, I would just say yes. I'm so used to saying yes when I should have been saying no. And now that I'm saying no, feel a little guilty, but it feel good. And that's okay. That is literally, that's what we want to feel. Because it's not that we don't have compassion. Sometimes people think setting boundaries is because you don't like nobody and you mad. And I know, baby, I ain't mad. Baby, I'm protecting me. Because again, one of my values is my peace. Life becomes more intentional when you actually set your values, know your values. Even on the challenges, even when you're facing challenges, baby, they start making sense. I have a lot of people ask me, and that's why I always say I'm called, because I had to go through this thing. Am I saying life perfect? Child, no. You will never hear me talk about how perfect life is. But what I am going to say is I have the opportunity to be able to look at life in a different lens, which allows me to be able to continue to walk knowing that I am on a journey. Sometimes something can happen to us, because I was there, and something happened and we just stop. We don't know what to do. We don't know what's going on. Baby, let me tell you, I can stump my toe and I'm grateful for it, because it could have broke. So you get to live life and be more intentional. When challenges come, it's like, oh, I got this. Sometimes, I was in that point, in that moment of life when something happened, something unexpected happened. It's like, oh my God, I'm just drained. It's just like it feels like the end of the world. But baby, not bring it on. I am ready for whatever comes, because I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna stay focused, I'm gonna stay faithful, and I'm gonna stay aligned. I got something that I'm focusing on. I got something that I'm looking forward to. And at this moment, this distraction is what it is, just a distraction. It is not gonna tell my story, because my story is still being written. I'm just saying your values is like your inner GPS. It's the quiet voice inside that helps you stay aligned with who you really are. It's just, even as, just a little, I'm not going to speak more on it, because we'll hear about it a little bit later. We're still putting everything together. But in 2021, I started a nonprofit. When I started the nonprofit, everything rolling, we doing it. We got the little fundraising, we out there serving the people, all the things. In COVID hit. It was just messing everything up, and everybody was out there scared. So I was in a position to outmaneuver. I had to sit down on it, but guess what? Because in that moment, it was okay, because I had one. I'm just gonna be able. I'm gonna say this too. In that moment as well, when I started the nonprofit, I started it in post incarceration. That was not the vision. That was not the vision that God gave me. But in that moment, I made a decision based off what somebody else expectations for it. It was somebody else's expectations. So when COVID hit and all the things happened, I was able to look back and evaluate the situation. I said, you know what? I got all connected with the jails, and I got the programs together and all the things. But it really was something that was still tugging on me, that wasn't sitting right. And I realized that really, when I started it, I was given a vision to start the nonprofit, but I relied on somebody else's thoughts or expectations in what I actually went as far as, wanting to be in service in. I'm just gonna be honest, it's a transparent space, right? So we ain't here, we gonna lie about it. So I remember transitioning back to Alabama, And when I transitioned back to Alabama in 2023, I heard the Holy Spirit tell me, he said, now you're going to, we had a conversation, like, what am I going to do? This is me talking, and talking to God, like, what am I going to do with this nonprofit? Like, should I just let this thing go? Or what are we going to do? And it's funny because in my mind, I heard, if you just actually let me partner with you and listen to me, I can get you going. So see, you want to be like that guy. So you just going to tell me what I did. So then in that moment, he started revealing some things to me. We're going to speak about it in a minute, but he started revealing some things to me, and I realized that I still had a little work to do. And that's when things started really coming into place. I realized there was moments that still showed up where I moved according to somebody else's expectations and not according to my values and what I expected from myself, where I was going and what I was supposed to do. Hey, it's all good. I learned some things, and once I positioned myself, guess what? We working on a nonprofit again. We ain't gonna talk about the nonprofit right now. We got a meeting this evening. We are to be announced a little bit, but I just had to share. When you start living intentionally, you start making decisions that align with who you are and your purpose of where you're going. I'm just saying. When you live by them, you stop feeling pulled in a million different directions. Tap that screen, tap it, put that heart up there. I need one more heart. Go ahead and help me with this challenge and give me that heart. But when you come on, God. Have you been feeling like you've been pulled in a million different directions? Everybody needs you. Everybody relying on you. Everybody, you just feel like you're just in all types of directions. If you are feeling that just means it's nothing wrong with you, sweet baby. It just means that we gonna have to buckle down and understand what we value. Because when you make decisions more aligned with your value, you get more peace. You're going to get more clarity. You're going to get more confidence because you're not just guessing anymore. You're actually being guided. Listen, I know people might see me sometimes. I don't know what y'all see on that side of the screen, but baby, listen. It had already been on me because I coach. I have clients that I'm one-on-one with and things of that nature, but it had been on me to, be able to be in a position to just speak and just guide through some of the steps, things that I coach my clients on. It. Every client is different because everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't coach every client the same because we're in different levels, different seasons, right? But it kept being put on me like, you know what? There's more people that just need, you got something that you could just share with some people. And I'm like, you ain't gonna get me on that screen talking to myself. I didn't want to do it. But what I valued is being able to be in position to help someone, especially helping them get to the point of understanding that healing is possible, believing it's possible, walking intentionally is possible. And in order for me to do that, I had to do what? I had to come up here and on the screen. Lord bless it. Lord, but it's turning out all right. I'm glad y'all with me. Let me continue on. I'm just saying, because what I value being obedience to the calling. And me valuing that, me valuing who I am, how I want to stand up, and how I want to intentionally be living throughout life. Sometimes you're just going to have to make some decisions. I had to confidence. I had to start doing these live, and then the confidence to do the live just start seeping in. Y'all, I be over here nervous about some stuff, but there's a vision, there's a goal, there's alignment. I know what I'm called to do. I got to step up and I just got to do it. I'm just saying, I just got to do it. Your values, they don't just direct you. They actually protect you. Baby, let me tell you, your energy, your values going to help you protect that energy. Your values is going to help you protect your boundaries, your purpose, baby. Your purpose is your responsibilities, not the responsibilities of anybody else to protect. But if you have your values set where they need to be set, understanding who you are, guess what? Your peace, your purpose is going to be protected. I know, I don't know what it is. Listen. I be thinking in my mind, though, I be, you get them hype. I be having hype parties. I don't know about y'all. I have hype parties. I be over there, I be over there having whole little situation going on to get myself ready, baby. I'm not going to wait on nobody to cheer for me. I'll be over here cheering for myself. And I may look silly doing it, but I'm going to do it because I know I got to show up. I want you to hear me. When you trust your values, when you trust who you are and the decisions that you make, it helps you lean towards what God is intending for you. He has us here for a purpose. I don't care what Jody and them said. You ain't doing that. You ain't got nothing going. They don't know they don't know what God has purposed over your life. They don't know. And it is something that He is trying to do within us so that we can get to the table that He has prepared for us. I'm just saying, a life that feels honest, that feels aligned and true to you, that's the life we trying to get to. This is our season. I don't know about y'all. Go ahead and tap that screen or put a new season, something. Let me know you're here with me because this is a new season. All right. I just want to stop for a second. I ain't even stop. I'm gonna roll on, but I just want to say, if anything that I am saying is speaking to you, if you're feeling that tug, something just tugging at you, and you're like, I just want to go a little bit deeper with this thing. I'm ready to really understand myself on a whole different level. Well, guess what? I want to invite you to my upcoming workshop. Yes, yes. Yes, it's going to be December the 1st. But guess what? I know somebody going to have something to do on December the 1st. So what I have decided to do is every first and third Monday, I will be hosting it. So go ahead and click that link in the bio. And if you click that link in the bio, it's going to take you to the webpage. You can even go and select what date you want to come through. We're not just going to be, it's a vision and goals workshop. Let me just explain to you just a little bit, but we're not just going to be putting a vision board together. I am a visual person and I like doing vision boards. I have them over my house because they help me stay aligned with the vision, with the goals, with the purpose. And so not only will we be doing a vision board, but baby, we're going to walk through some things because I think in order to really be aligned with our vision and our goals, we got to make sure our mindset is shifted. We got to make sure that our mindset is aligned with where we're going. That's it. That's all. I just want you to know it's going to be a safe space where we take everything that we talking about here, your self-awareness, your strengths, your values, your identity, all the things, and we actually walk them out step by step with real clarity. I'm just saying, come on, new season. Come on, new season. So we're going to have real breakthroughs and we are going to have real transformation. Come sit with Coach Tawanda, baby. And I guarantee you, we gonna move that thing. We gonna walk it out. Let me get back. I always remember, baby, where I am a certified and called coach, where I am a self-published best-selling author, and I am the host of Talks with Tawanda. I always remember I am human before I am anything else. So you gonna see me sometime laughing at myself. You ain't gotta laugh with me. It ain't no pressure. But if I can't laugh at myself, baby, something wrong. But I'm just saying. But it's no pressure. It's just the open invitation. If you know in your heart that it's time, we all finna walk into 2026 and we're gonna walk in there expecting us to walk with intention. We're going to walk with intention and we're going to walk knowing who we are. And when we walk it through 2026, baby, we're going to walk with purpose. I don't know about you, but I'm excited already, baby. It ain't even 2026. I am super excited already about 2026 because guess what? In October, I already started mapping out my time. I know I've already started working on what I need to be working on. I don't wait till the beginning of the year. I start evaluating in October, and the reason I do it in October because that's the planting season. I go ahead and start getting myself ready. I start evaluating where I am now and where I want to be. It's a process all the time. Come through. Good morning, Texas. Good morning, Mr. Texas. Good morning. Go ahead and tap that screen for me. Show me some love. Share this video if you really like to. If it's touching you, let it touch somebody else too. So again, let's go ahead and move on to the next part because I don't know what it smells like in y'all house, but baby, before I got on here, I put some chicken over there because I'm responsible for some chicken and dressing. Baby, I just jump over there and grab me one of those pieces of chicken out that pot. That thing smells so good. So, but let me go ahead and continue on because I don't want to get us all off course. Once we understand our values, everything changes. Your choices, they shift. Your relationships, they gonna shift. The confidence, it's gonna grow. Some things are going to have to move. So let's talk about it. Let's start recognizing your value in your everyday life. So here are a few signs, just a few signs that you're a little unclear about your values. Walk with me. Now, this is not a moment we're going to judge. We're not going to hear something and say, oh, Well, shoot, we're not judging it. We're gonna acknowledge it so that we can change it and we can do what we need to do. That's it. That's all. When your values are unclear, you feel disconnected from yourself. You're just functioning. You're not fulfilled. You can't even explain why you unhappy. You just feel unhappy and frustrated and all restless and all the things. You just feel like something is off and you just can't put the words to it. If it is you, it's okay, sweet baby. Just stay with me because we're going to fix those things. It's not meant to be there forever. It's just a season in life. You say yes too often. You know it's going to drain you. You know you're overcommitting. You're going to overcommit because you don't know your limits. You don't know your limits because you don't know your values. You're exhausted. You're frustrated. You just keep on agreeing. You just keep on showing up because you don't want to disappoint nobody. This is the season that some people going to be disappointed. That's okay. It's either you or them. When it's pertaining to you, it's either you or them. You know, when you're on the plane, they always tell you to make sure you put your oxygen mask on before you try to put somebody else's on. Well, it makes sense. We're going to apply that thing to life. When it comes down to you better say yes to you before you say yes to anybody else. I'm just saying, say yes to you before you say yes to anybody else. It's not being selfish. Look, you either going to have somebody else tell you you're selfish or you're going to look at yourself and saying you're being selfish with yourself. At the end of the day, who are you going to choose? Choose you first, because you can be out there pouring and be all exhausted over everybody else, jumping and moving for everybody else, and then you're drained. Really, you're not showing up as your best self. You're just showing up, functioning, just doing it. And to them, always just look all cute because they're not really caring as long as it's getting done. But they're not caring if you're drained, though. They're not caring, what you're having to sacrifice for yourself, how you're putting yourself to the side. They're not caring about that. They're caring about themselves. So you got to choose you first. And once you choose you, once you are aligned with you, then everybody and everything else gonna follow. I feel that I get to help more people now with my healed self than I was with my hurting self. When I was over there, didn't know what I valued. I'm just saying. You pursue goals that don't excite you. If you're in a job, and I ain't gonna tell nobody, don't say Coach Tawanda said go quit a job. But what I am gonna say is, if you're in a job, if you're in a place, if you're you're pursuing something and it's just not exciting you, I just want you to sit down and I want you to see what you really value. Because what you value is tied somewhere else. It ain't tied in what you're doing. So if okay, yes, you got to pay bills and things of that nature. I ain't telling nobody to go quit their job, but you're not gonna find me applying for nobody's job. Listen, I done attempted a couple of times, baby. I get a whole anxiety attack. I just know it's not for me. My whole soul tell me now. You already know. And it's not that I ain't gonna listen. It's not that I ain't gonna do, baby. I am a beast when I step in the room. There's nothing that I step in the spaces to do that I'm just gonna half do. If I half do it, that means I don't really want to be there. So I have to be aligned. I have to know what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of. I'm not gonna step into spaces that's just not gonna serve me. Going to get a 9 to 5, and ain't gonna serve. Now you come with a little contract. You know what I'm saying? Like I done did the math on some things, and I value my time. I value my time over money. It is. I do. Time is something we don't get back. Money is something we can always wait. We can always make. So at the end of the day, what am I going to believe? What I value or what people expect of me? I'm just saying, when you're working on your goals, make sure your goals are aligned with your core values. You owe it to yourself. You feel overwhelmed even when you ain't busy. Have you ever been sitting and life ain't even busy, but you feel so overwhelmed? Yeah, that's that mental clutter. It's often a sign that you're unclear on some values. When you don't prioritize, when you don't know what to prioritize, everything feels urgent. Like you just got to move. Baby, I was there. Baby, I just thought everything had to be done right now. Everything. Listen, Linda. Now, I know how to put some things on the schedule and not worry about it. When I put my list and make my list for today, I don't even feel like everything I put on my list for today have to be done. Something is just going to have to be done tomorrow. And so at the end of the day, I'm not going to focus on what didn't get done. I'm going to focus and congratulate myself on what did get done. Why? Because it is what it is. some things was prioritized. And so when I know my value, when you know your value, you're gonna be able to just prioritize things a little bit, and you're gonna know what's urgent and what's not, and then we're gonna keep it moving. You are unsure about your boundaries. Listen, we all should have boundaries because boundaries protect us. It's our protection. When I realized that peace is my value, in order to keep my peace, I have to have boundaries. Everybody can't get up in here. Everybody can't sit at the table with you. Hey, you beautiful smile. I love you. You even smell good, but this is something about the energy. This is not the space for. We have to be okay with setting boundaries. No, I don't like that. No, that's not what we gonna do. You gotta be okay with telling somebody that. You gotta be okay with seeing some stuff, baby. Let me tell you. If he inconsistent, it's a boundary. It should be a boundary to not be accepting folk around here with the foolishness. Inconsistency and lies and all the things that come. And we're not just talking about males. It can be male or female. It don't matter. We just have to set boundaries. If this is familiar, if you've been in a space, because it feels like others are constantly testing or crossing your limits because you haven't defined. You always, I was having a conversation with somebody and she said, folks stealing my peace and folks are always stepping over my boundaries and things of that nature. Well, you have a part in that. Yeah, you do. You have a part in that. You haven't defined your non-negotiables, because once it's non-negotiable, you're not even going to let them get close enough to do it. You're going to be able to look out the window, see them come and shut the blinds and don't open the door. I'm just saying, if this sounds familiar, don't worry, sweet babies. Don't worry, babies, because that's exactly why we're here. We're going to get clarity because we understand that clarity takes time. Growth that we are seeking in this season and beyond is going to be intentional. We're going to just have to. The best part about understanding your values is it makes life easier. Mm-hmm. You're going to have those moments where you're going to be able to say yes to the things that fuel you and say no to the things that drain you. We are around here doing it a little bit backwards. The things that drains us are usually the expectations of other people, doing for other people, and the things that will actually, fill us up are the things that we need to do for ourselves. It's time to flip the script. It's time to redo it. We just have to. We just have to, because it's time for us to stop drifting. And it is time for us to start living intentionally. Come on, tap the screen if we walking into this season living intentionally. I'm just saying. Now, this is a big one because I know we've all been there at some point in time. We are consistently looking for validations from other people. When you don't have your inner clarity, you rely too much on outside opinions. Remember when I told you about the nonprofit? God had already spoken to me what I needed to do. He had already spoken to me actually about 2 years before the nonprofit was even started, that I was going to be working with youth and young adults because it was a heart project. My heart was attached to it. But then I started having conversations with others and, what you think about it? Does this look right to you? Would you do this? And she said, no, I wouldn't do that. I'll do this right here. And I took and ran with it. My values. I was looking for a validation from other people. I was sent to make decisions. There was something that was placed on my heart that I needed to do, but I was waiting on somebody else to make sure it was right. When you're confident in what it is, when you know your values, when you know what it is, what you're supposed to do, that self-awareness, that strength and weaknesses, baby, you ain't going to be worrying about what it looked like to somebody else. I have a room in there right now. And one of my room is my house. This room, of course, have 4 walls, and all 4 walls have something different on it. Like literally the whole wall. One of the walls is my prayer wall. I got very creative with the background and all the things, and got my prayer wall on there. Another wall that I have is of magazines. In this collage of magazines, the whole wall is full with magazine pages. Is some goals that I have, is motivation. Like I can go in there and I look at this wall and I can just something to stand out, like be positive or whatever, and then there's a whole nother wall that's a little bit, kind of a little fancy, got a little black and gold in there, and had somebody come over like, why you do it like this? Why you worrying about how I did it? I said, because I liked it. That this space, this space, I do many things in this space. I meditate in this space. I pray in this space. I got a massage chair in this space. So I go in there and relax. I got my little workout stuff in this space. So I do multiple things. So I wanted this room to reflect just me, my creativity. You know, when I walked in there, what did I want to see in this room? What did this room speak to me? I didn't think about, well, I wonder what JoJo and them gonna think about it. I don't care because they not paying the mortgage over here. They ain't even get none of the stuff to go in there. We have to get in position so we have to do what we want. And it's okay to ask, hey, what you think about this? After it's done, you shouldn't be asking that question before you've done the thing, because then you are relying on somebody else's validation. You are relying on them to give their opinion where their opinion really don't matter. I'm just saying, we do that because we're not trusting our own inner compass. God and I already put on your heart that you need to start this business, but you waiting for somebody in your circle to tell you to go ahead and start the business. Because see, you've talked to somebody or you've mentioned something to somebody about something. I wouldn't do it. I don't know about that. And then you start debating, you start second guessing, and then you start sitting on it because you was waiting for somebody to agree with you on something that you should be agreeing with yourself on. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and do this because I want you to do me a favor. How do you set boundaries with your parents? Because my mom is already on one. Just joking. Listen. You're going to do it with respect, first of all, but doing it with respect. And I say that, I don't know if this is a true one, but we're going to go with it. My mom and I does not have the relationship that I would like for us to have. I had to be okay with that. I had to we sometimes hold people up to our expectations. I expected my mom to show up a certain way. I expected her as a mother to talk a certain way, do certain things and all that. But I realized that she is who she is. My mom was one or is one that's controlling. If she don't get her way, if she don't like you to say no to her. And so for years, it was like this thing of fear. If you don't say no, if you say no to her, you ain't her child no more. It's a whole situation. Let's just be honest. We're not talking about Mama Dukes. I'm just saying this is just the truth. It had to get to the point, like I'm talking about, I was trying my best, like, to be the good daughter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she needed, whatever was going on, I was right there. The abuse, the hurt, the pain, the things that she would say, I was still just showing up. But then I got to the point back in 2021, I'm telling you, the whole life pulled me, shook me, and put me back down to redo, right? And I remember she was at my house. I was in Texas. She's at my house. And I wasn't really comfortable with her being there. I did not call her to be there. It was something that my ex-husband did. We're not going to talk about that right now. We will get into it because it's a lot that went on in that space. So a boundary really was at that moment, I realized I allowed my boundary to be crossed because he made a phone call against what, I'm saying, he knew my heart could take and not take. It's not that I didn't love her. I just know the limits, right? But I went on with it. Oh my goodness, it was not the best experience. What I expected, because I didn't see change in her. She was who she was, right? In that moment, I decided to love her inside her box, but I was going to step outside of that box. I realized that all those years, because she was my mom, I would get in the box with her. But then being in the box with her was so hurtful. Being in that box with her, wanting to fight for her love, just wanting to keep showing up. That's really where my people pleasing came in at, because I was always trying to please her. I was always trying to be this good daughter and things like that. I'm an excellent daughter. I'm even better now because I say no to the things that will hurt me. You understand me? I realized that my mom didn't know boundaries. My mama actually thought that boundaries was to protect other people, not yourself. At least that's what she tried to make other people think, until she wanted to set some for herself. No, I had to go ahead and read her at this point and say, with respect, I love you. I forgive you. I don't hold nothing against you, but I ain't finna step in this about. There's certain conversations we just not gonna have. I'm not disrespectful to my mama. Like, if you understand some of the things that has taken place as mother and daughter, you're not going to be able to read in any other chapters that I was disrespectful to her, because again, it's attached to my value. I choose to show up a certain way, and I had to still be mindful with how I talk to her, how I handle her, because guess what? I got children. And my children, I value how they look at me. I value how I show up in the face of my children because, see, I want them to be respectful. So sometimes when it comes down to setting boundaries, it seemed to be hard when it got parents. But no, we grew up in this. And I don't know about your household, but mine was what I say goes. It's my way or the highway. I don't talk to my children like that. Now I say, baby, you just wait till you get to paying them bills on your own and you see how to roll up. But no, it was her way or the highway. Okay, I respect it, but that's for your life. I made a decision that I'm gonna love you, but I'm gonna distance myself. If I tell you no, no, I've had to say no to mama, and she be over there shocked. Like, yeah, it's not to hurt you, ma'am. It's to protect me. Certain things, certain conversations we should be able to say. Our parents has gotten used to doing things the way they want to do things. And that's a good thing. Like, even with my daughter, baby, let me tell you, she was a mama child. Let me tell you, raising that little 16-year-old in there, baby. When I say it's a whole flashlight on myself, I was like, so this what they was talking about? In my household, we couldn't. It was literally what I say is it goes. I know they do get shocked on it because you got to understand they have raised us in this space of my way or the highway. Because of that, I have had to allow my kid. Now, let me tell you, that little girl made me want to just pull up. Now it's better now. It's better as she's getting older. She's understanding a little bit better. But going through that thing, like I didn't want to make all the decisions for my children. I didn't want to make all the decisions for my children because I knew that my responsibility is to raise them without me. Now I'll always be around, but I got to raise them to go into society. And I didn't want to raise them timid. I didn't want to raise them in fear. I didn't want to raise them always having to come back to me to get the next question or the next answer or whatever. No, I needed them to stand on their own. In my mom's household, it was not, it was, we're not going to get on that. That's a whole nother day. But I feel it's just as important to set boundaries with our parents because when you look at how we was raised, it actually shows up in life. So according to how we are showing up in life, and if it traced back to that household, it's some things that we gonna have to switch. It is okay to say no. If they wanted to say no, they would. It is not disrespectful. And then if we don't allow ourselves or our children to be able to say no when they're feeling certain things, then how can we expect them to go out there to say no to people when people are showing up in disrespectful ways or doing things or have them in positions that they don't want to really be in? We are teaching them we are teaching them how to let other people treat them. I do believe in that. So how we shows up in a household, how we are schooling them, how we are teaching them, how we are loving them. If we allow them to think that anything that we say go without giving them the opportunity to even exercise their mind and their thinking, then we're setting them up. They're gonna step into rooms and people gonna be able to tell them whatever. They're gonna be saying yes to things that they should be saying no to. And I'll be honest, it's not, I'm accountable. I am accountable, but however, it's still the responsibility gonna rely on how I was raised. I wasn't raised to be able to say it hurt. If it hurt, I just gotta deal with it. Especially if mama got something to do with it. And that's something that we do. What was that approach? If you can share, you can come up. We can talk about it, Miss India, because I'm almost done with this. Why I'm waiting for Miss India to write that because I wanted to know what that approach was. If you don't mind sharing, I want you to grab a notebook if you can. Grab your phone because we all got the little notes pads or whatever you like to write on. Maybe you can do it now. You can always go back to the video, pause, and write them down. This is not busy work. I do believe, we can sit and we can talk about whatever. I could tell you about whatever, but if I'm not giving you something to actually sit down to work on, then I'm really not doing justice as a coach. Me as a coach, like we do homework. We do homework. We're not gonna heal and be talking about healing, and you're just gonna be standing in my face and not and just hearing me talk because the things that I say, there's other things that you're thinking, there's other things that's going on and that you're doing. So some things will get mixed. No, we're gonna have to do some work. This is your compass in action. We got some work to do, y'all. We got some work to do. We want to identify some things. So I want you to ask yourself these questions honestly. And please, sweet babies, do it without judging. Because this is a non-judgment season. This is a session, a space. We are not here to judge. We are here to heal. We are here to believe, and we are here to walk in purpose. What are three things, just three things that you cannot compromise on? What are three things? Think about your principles, think about standards, think about non-negotiables, and the things in your life. These are the things that, if crossed, will leave you restless. It's going to leave you resentful. It's going to leave you frustrated. It's going to leave you disconnected. Honesty, it could be something. Faith, family time, integrity, self-care. Like, I need all those things. I ain't going to negotiate on none of them. If you can't be honest with me, then it ain't nothing for us to talk about. I had somebody, we was in a conversation because, I'm single, just in case my husband is out there somewhere, my future husband. I'm just saying, he may not be right now, but I'm just saying. So I'm single, right? And going through this space of dating, I do watch out for some things, baby. A lot of me is telling me you finna call me in 5 minutes and you call me a day later. You done just lied. I don't trust you. Because if I allow, it may seem small, but if I allow you to think it's okay, it ain't even a big thing of you. I'm looking at, that's your personality. You're not a man of your word. You're not holding to what it is that you say. If you tell me you're going to do something, I'm going to hold you to your word. If I can't hold you to the word, I can't trust you. You're not an honest person. If I tell you I'm going to show up somewhere and I don't show up, I don't give you no reason of why I'm not showing up. If I don't call you and let you know I'm not showing up, I just decide to show up, then that's baby, I'm looking at that. That's not aligned. I don't like it. That's you not being honest. Because simply you could have said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to show up to this event. I've had people ask me, Tawanda, you coming? Right now, I can't make a decision on if I'm coming or not. Because of things that I have going on and other obligations, I might not be able to come. So let me wait a little later to closer to time to give you an answer on that. I'm just saying, what are three things that you absolutely cannot compromise on? 3. Here's question number 2. What brings me deep fulfillment and joy? What brings you joy? Like, I love coaching, y'all. I love talking. I tell people all the time, like, I was blessed with the gift of gab. It is in me. It is in me. It's in me. But I don't just talk just to be talking about it. I just don't talk to be talking about it. I have to talk about something that's really going to pierce the heart. I have to talk about something to really going to allow us to be able to move from where we are to where we want to be. Now, I tell a few jokes and things of that nature, but I love to talk. I love to talk. What activities, what environments, what experience make you feel alive, make you feel energized? What's that thing that just aligned with your purpose? This is your soul speaking to you, sweet baby. I just want you to listen. That's number 2. Number 3, what qualities do you admire about others? See, sometimes you can see certain qualities in others and you either don't like them and that's going to steer you to know, like, yeah, that's not for me. I don't rock with that. Or you're going to admire them. And then when you admire them, hold on. I got to do this little puzzle thing, y'all. What time it is? 7:58. Okay. When you, those traits that you respect, and that you're drawn to, often they reflect what you value most about yourself. Now, don't get it wrong. We are not comparing ourselves to somebody else. It is a difference. But if we stand in a room or we hear someone speak or we see someone show up, it's like, you know what? I really respect that about that person. Like, that thing just, it just got you all feeling all good. It is something inside of you that's speaking to you. So I want you to pay attention. We're not judging. We're not comparing. We ain't judging either. We're just evaluating, right? When have you felt most proud of yourself? What is that thing that you have done? Look at those moments that made your heart swell up. No, not just achievements, but the times you acted in alignment with your truth. These are clues to what really matters to you. This is, again, moments of being self-aware. So you are being self-aware. You're seeing, what are you most proud of and why? Why are you proud of it? They're clues. This is a part of getting aware with you. I'm just saying, if you had to make every decision through your values, what would change? Think about it now. Think about your life right now. If you had to make decisions through your values, what would change? So think about your today. Would work change? Would relationships change? Would goals change? Would boundaries change? Think about it. What would be different if every choice was filtered through your values? If you filtered every choice you made through your values, how would you show up in life different? This question I think is powerful because it shows the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I want you to take some time and just deeply reflect on them. This is not busy work. We are identifying who we are, and we're going to stand on that because that is the core that's going to be driving us to be able to walk intentionally. It's your compass, it's your guide, it's your personal GPS. We are long gone are the days we walking around like, I don't know what to do. I can't figure this out. Figure out you. You trying to figure out something on the outside of you, but yeah, you're not figuring out you. I'm just saying, I ain't judging. I ain't trying to talk about you. I'm just saying, I'm here to help you, sweet baby. The more you are clear on your values, the more you align with your purpose, your confidence, your peace, because every area in your life is connected to what you value. Your identity is the map to taking the steps that need to be taken to allow you to be able to walk through life intentionally. It's alignment. When you know your values, you get to live in alignment. You feel a little bit lighter. You get a little bit clearer. And you also allow yourself to walk full in purpose. This is your life, sweet baby. We have sat too many days holding on to the expectations of other people. What do you expect out of yourself? What do God expect out of you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying there was a season in my life. Let me tell you, I already told you. It was a season in my life where I kept saying yes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said yes to 3 marriages that I promise. I'm not saying it because I'm divorced. That I promise you. And each one of my ex-husband and I had a conversation about it. And I'm gonna tell you, so because I ain't judging me, I'm okay with the decisions that I made because the decisions that I've made in life has taught me so much. It taught me that I didn't value myself as I should at some point in time. It taught me that I didn't have boundaries set, at point of times. It taught me that I wasn't really aware of self, and I was stepping into spaces, baby. You can't get me to walk through it no more because I had to go ahead and get to the point and sit myself down and say, wait a minute, you're the common denominator, sweet baby, because you said yes to all of these knowing that you should have said no. Listen, one day I'm going to get and I'm going to have to explain each and every last one of them because now I get tickled at myself. I'm like, girl, now what was you thinking? Now you know better, and I have to laugh at myself, not because it's funny. I laugh at myself because I knew better. I did. And now that I'm aware of self, because I'm not judging myself and I ain't mad at myself for anything I've done, because baby, well, I had to forgive that person. Guess what I had to do too? I had to forgive me. I'm just saying, it's forgiveness on the table. So I ain't ashamed of nothing. I ain't ashamed of nothing I did. I ain't ashamed of what I went through. I ain't ashamed of what I allowed to go, allow myself to go through. I'm just saying, I don't walk in shame. I'm finna say a word. I ain't gonna say it because some church folks might be listening, but listen, I'm not ashamed. I don't feel bad about it. Now, I won't want to repeat those things, but I'm not. It taught me something. I can look at every last one of those situations and I can see where I learned something about myself. It was a lesson to be learned, and I had to go through the storm to learn it. But I'm just saying, in those seasons, there was projects, there was people, there was opportunities. And because I didn't know my value, I was saying yes to everything. Yes. Yes. I want to marry you. Yes. And on the inside, I really don't want to marry you, but okay. I'm sorry. Woo, listen. In my mind, where this is real life, in my mind, it's like a whole cartoon series. Listen, it's like a whole cartoon series. I replay. Listen, When you get to the point of healing, because the thoughts are gonna stay there. It don't mean that you just gonna wake up and you ain't gonna think about these things no more. Listen, it's a whole cartoon series going on in my head. If I had to ever do a movie on my life, it has to be a cartoon, y'all. It has to be an adult cartoon, but it just have to, because I just see myself and I'm like, glory to God. Girl, I look back now, like, what was you thinking? That you know. But sometimes we are also attracted to spaces that we've not healed from. Mm. You got to listen now. There's sometimes we are attracted to spaces we are not healed from. That's why I say every last one of those marriages, those relationships, those spaces, it was something in me that needed to heal. I'm just saying. Oh, I see. Listen, I was there too. Look, even if on that person, the pastor said, "No, I don't think y'all should do this." I should have listened, baby. My discernment, baby, is on point now. Back then, I had a little piece of it. I was like, "You talking to me, guy? Because you just sent this lady to speak a word over us, and she didn't even know what was going on." We have to be mindful. There was moments, there was warnings, there was red flags, there was things that was in place that I ignored. I ignored. And I'm okay with that because it allowed me to now be in a position to say, you know what, I know the mistakes I made and I'm not here to make them again. I forgive them. I forgive myself. And I am 100% accountable because sometimes we go through relationships, and this is just kind of going off a little bit. Sometimes we go into relationships and we leave in those spaces and we're blaming that person from doing a certain thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I am the common denominator between all three of those marriages. They are three different individuals. I am the common denominator. So I had to be accountable, and I couldn't keep asking, why they doing it? I mean, why am I showing up in those spaces knowing that I don't belong? Why they hurt me? Why did I allow myself to be treated that way? Why did I allow myself and my boundaries to be walked over? Why did I not allow myself to sit down and take the time to really get to know myself? The reason they was allowed to do that is because I did not know myself. Again, like I said, we stand for something or we fall for anything. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and move this thing go, because I know y'all ready to go get y'all some dressing and stuff. And so in this season, as I stated, I said yes to so many things that drained me. If I would have said no and really focused and put myself, I'd be a bad mama jamma. I am a bad mama jamma, just would have got there a little bit quicker. But it's okay because we all move at different times. This is our season. You are right. We allowed it. I tell people all the time, the first thing that you have to do when you're in that season of wanting to really shift and change, you have to be accountable. You have to take accountability. We are walking out of space. We're walking into spaces. Nobody forcing us to walk into those spaces. Then we walking out of spaces and we all hurt and things of that nature. But there was something that was piercing at our spirit that told us that, we shouldn't do this, but we do it anyway. We have to be accountable. Go ahead, go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it. But we have to be accountable. There was a season that I was just exhausted with some stuff. Like I was exhausted. I was drained. Baby, I was a little resentful because of the spaces that I allowed myself in. I kept trying to make everybody happy. Have you been in that space where you're trying to make everybody happy? You don't want, I'm just keeping the peace. Baby, I'm keeping my peace. If my peace is, we got to stop keeping their peace and forgetting about ours. I'm just saying. We have to stop keeping their peace and forgetting about ours. I guarantee you they'll be okay. I realized that no matter how much I did, no matter what I did, how I showed up, baby, it was something still missing. You know, when you get in that space of people pleasing, it kind of goes, you get all excited. You need it. Somebody needs you, and you showing up and you showing out, but then you walk from that space and you just feeling a little bit miserable. You're missing something within self. You just living on autopilot. You ain't really going on. You just on autopilot. You just drifting through. You got your little cute, your little makeup on. You just drifting through life. Listen. That was me. I wrote a poem on it. I'm gonna have to tell it because it was me. I was just drifting through life. I wasn't intentional. I barely put a list together for the day because I was already always waiting for somebody else to need me. You know what I'm saying? And that made me feel like I was doing something. For a moment before it happened, it made me feel like I was whole, but then I realized that no, I was broken. Mm. I had to get intentional about my life. I had to. Y'all, I had to get intentional. This is where you're going to have to get intentional about your life. We are not living on autopilot no more. I had to take time and clarify my value. Like where was my faith sitting? Where was my integrity sitting? Where was my intentional growth? We have, grown, and we get a little grown, and we think we can pay a couple of bills there, and then we forgot to work on us. We can work on how to keep these bills paid and how to keep that man happy. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it was there. I'm just saying. But then we not working on how to keep us happy, how to keep us aligned, how to keep us in check with our confidence. I am just saying, I had to start making decisions that truly align with me, what I felt. I had to learn to say no without feeling guilt, without the fear of disappointing. We are going to have to disappoint somebody. We're not doing it to hurt them. We are not doing it intentionally. Sometimes we're going to have to disappoint somebody, because if we don't, we can actually be holding them up in mess that they shouldn't be even held up in. We can actually be hindering their growth because we always showing up saying, yeah, because we don't want to disappoint them. We don't want nobody mad at me. Get mad then. I'm just saying, I got a little, that chest got a little deep there, right? I'm telling you, get mad then. It's okay. It's not going to last forever. It's okay. I'd rather you be mad than me be mad. I'm just saying, we got to stop trying to please everybody. And we just going to have to focus on serving the ways that we align. I understand we have children. I understand we have spouses, we have jobs, we have responsibilities, but we still have to show up in those spaces, not just being consumed with choosing them over us. We have many hats that we wear. I understand that. But even with those hats, we got to take and put on the hats that speak to our core, speak to who we are, so that when we are showing up in places, we ain't showing up faking it. You heard them folks, I'm just going to fake it till I make it, lies you tell. Why do you have to fake it until you make it when you could just intentionally make it? You can do it intentionally. I'm just saying. Knowing my values, it didn't just give me clarity. It gave me freedom, baby. Oh, Lord, I glory to God. I thank you. It gave me confidence. It did. It allows me to focus on what's important to me. It allows me to wake up. And sometimes intentionally for me, it's intentionally resting. Yesterday, baby, I looked out that door and it was raining. I said, okay, you know what that gonna mean for Coach Tawanda. Coach Tawanda ain't going out the house. I wake up and I literally get to decide what I'm gonna do today. Some days I'm gonna go volunteer. Some days I go do a couple of jobs. Some days I'm working on some days I'm coaching. It just depends. I get to, and I'm not overwhelmed by anything. Let me tell you, I can list off many things that I do. And I've had people like, how you get to rest, baby? I take naps faithfully. I do. If I need to take a vacation, I'm gonna go ahead and book a trip. V, if you here, you already know how we gonna do, baby. We gonna get us one at least once or twice a year. It's just gonna happen. If I want to break, I had somebody the other day just blowing my phone up, and I intentionally didn't answer my phone that day. I didn't feel like being bothered. It was me time. I had been coaching throughout that week. I had workshops throughout the week and things of that nature. I needed my time to regroup. I needed my time. Sometimes it's going to take me a day. Sometimes it may take me 2 days. I'm not concerned about you missing me, because in those days that I was pouring out into everybody else, I was missing me too. So this is my time with me. I'm not going to explain to you why I didn't answer my phone. Do not call my phone after you done called my phone several times. Don't ask me why you didn't answer the phone. Why did you ask me? It does something to my spirit. I called you. I saw the calls. I just didn't. But I ain't answer. You is not mine. You don't get to check up on me if I don't, because I pay the phone bill and I decide to put it on do not disturb. Got to go ahead and start telling people that, because some people gonna wonder why you ain't coming. I don't feel like partying. My vision, my goals, my purpose is tied to the decisions I make. So yes, I understand y'all gonna have a little fun. I know when to party, I can get my party on, but right now, I gotta choose me. Go ahead and be tapping that screen now. I'm trying to tell you, tap that screen. Let would you say my phone on do not disturb at because people will call you. They are not because sometimes people they worry about their urgency, they worry about their life, they're not concerned about yours. They just want you to show up. I had funny story. So I be having a lot of look. It's not funny, but it's cute. So I'm a notary. And there has been times where I've done, family members or something, they need something notarized. I'll just go ahead and do it. I pay every year to keep that background check, keep my certifications in check and all that things. I make money doing what I do. But, it was a few moments I give you, I'm going to give you about one or two little free signs, right? So a few days ago, I got a phone call from one of my family, from one of my cousins. He said, hey, cuz, can you notarize something for me? I said, yeah, sweet baby, come on through. I'm at the lab. This is my office. It's the lab, y'all. I said, I'm at the lab. I said, it's going to be $20. He said, okay, I'll be through there. He hesitated. I heard it in his voice. And I was tickled. I didn't know where the hesitation really came from, but I can kind of imagine. He got here. I signed and notarized the little papers for him. He paid me a little $20. And, he said, cuz I'm going to be honest with you. He said, I was around there at my mama's shop. Mama said that she can notarize this paper. She said she'll charge me $5 for it. He said, well, really, I don't really think I wanted her to do it because I use her address, whatever the situation was with the paperwork or whatever. He said, but she said she'll charge me $5. And I said to myself, nah, I'm going to go over there to my cousin because she'll do it for me for free. That joker was so shocked because, I gave you a sample. But I'm not your free. I'm not your call because you're free. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. There are moments I do something. It ain't about the money. So I understand if you ain't got no money, but I'm going to get something out of it. Not saying I'm just is because that's my business. What it told me is you have allowed people to think that some of your service is just free. I ain't free, baby. Now, I did some things for free. I'm just saying, we ain't talking about that. We ain't judging my past life. We are talking about now. But I ain't free. You're right. This is a career, baby. This how I put some food on the table. It ain't free. But see, I allowed you to think that because I gave it to you. Sometimes you can help a person out. You give them a little something, do it, and you ain't put no charge on it. And then they start labeling you as being free. Ain't nothing free. It ain't free. It ain't free. My time is not free, baby. That's valuable. It costs. You know what I'm saying? My peace, yeah, it costs. Yes, for me to take that stamp and do this, it costs. It ain't no more free. I already did. I already let you know what I am. We done already had open house. The house is now open with charges. I'm just saying. When you allow yourself to value who you are, whose you are, and what you got going on, it don't matter. Everything gonna have to shift. It's gonna have to start shifting. Thank you, sweet baby. Thank you. Thank y'all for the love. Let me just stop real quick because I don't want to not acknowledge. I love the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you. 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 The courage I have now, I have not always had because again, I didn't always value myself. I didn't always take the moments and the opportunities to be aware of self. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I say, one thing about me, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm just not gonna tell you because I ain't got no lie to tell you. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. It just is what it is. If you ask me about my past is an open book. Actually, some of it is in a book. Because my past is what helped me grow. It helped me discover who I am and become the better version of myself. It is what it is. Your values can do the same thing for you. That's just what we do. This is a season for healing. They're not just words on paper. Your value, that's just your goals, your vision. It's not just words on paper, sweet baby. They are the key to living your life with clarity, with purpose, and with peace. If you're walking into 2020, if you're walking into the rest of the day with peace, baby, go ahead and tap that screen and put peace in the chat because I just want to see the peace seekers. I'm just saying. I want to take a moment to reset the room because we are almost done. For those that have rocked with me throughout this live, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If what we've talked about today, if it's speaking to you, if you're feeling a nudge inside and that voice that's saying, I need this clarity in my life, then I want to personally invite you to my vision and goals workshop. It will be held online. I don't care where you are. You can tune in, you can come in, and we're just not gonna, the tangible thing is we're gonna walk away with a vision board. What we're gonna do, we're gonna shift mindset. We're going to identify our vision. We're going to go ahead and put some goals with it. We're going to allow ourselves to put a plan together. We're going to have to stand on faith because there's going to be some things that's going to try to come through and distract you. So we're going to have to stand on those things. And then we're going to go ahead and walk it out. We're going to walk that thing out with intentions. We're going to walk it out with purpose. And we're going to walk it out with clarity. Why? Because Coach Tawanda going to be set down and we ain't leaving that place until you get what you came for. Go ahead and click that link in the bio. Girl, I need to go fix that thing, baby. Ain't no need for me to wait. I'm finna fix that now and see what's going on. It should be clicking. Bless it, Lord. Okay. Try to see would it let you copy and paste it. Because it's not on when I click on mine, because I guess I'm on my profile. It's not letting me to click, but if I can copy, I'm on my computer and I can copy and paste the link tree from here. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can try. Oh, look at me talking to me. Hold on. Y'all, I'm silly. I'm so silly, y'all. I do the most. Okay. I try to put it in. Did it just go in there? Cutting these potatoes in piece, girl. You better cut them potatoes in piece. I missed that. I call myself yeah, or see if it I don't know why it's not lit. I'm gonna have to go and fix that because that's probably being an issue for most people. And I'm sitting there telling somebody to do something that they can't do. Bless it, Lord. But no, um, we're gonna actually have actionable steps. I believe in actually doing the work. Now that was a part of time you talking about doing some stuff and we go home, we ain't done it. It did copy it. Okay, great. We go home and we're not doing the work. Somebody we can sit in the space and they can give you all the juices, all the tea, all the information, but then we go home, we're not doing the work. Self-awareness is going to take some work, sweet babies. It's going to take some identify. I don't know. I journal. I love journal prompts. A lot of people that I've been asked, I was just asked the other day after my workshop, well, how do you start journaling? I don't know how to journal. I use journal prompts. That's information that I'll share within that workshop as well. I have journals that has journal prompts that will allow you to be able to identify with every area in life. There's journal prompts for everything, your vision, your goals, your value, your self-respect, whatever it is, you can write about it so you can get to a point of understanding who you are and how you are moving. Your identity is important. We have been walking around with other people's identity. Got mama identity tapped here, dad is over here on the shoulder, you got aunties over here, you got the children on your back and all that stuff. We trying to be identified with everybody else, but no, we got to get to the core of who we are. Because if we're still walking around uneasy, if we're still walking around uncomfortable, if we're still walking around just exhausted and tired and frustrated and all those things, it's just meaning that we are not aligned with who we are and we are not allowing ourselves to be truly ourselves. That's when you're faking it till you make it, when you're not allowing yourself to heal from the things that you know is actually breaking you. You don't have to wander through life and guessing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to overcommit yourself just to make somebody happy. You don't have to please everybody. This is a moment because somewhere I know I was talking when anytime you think about somebody, think about yourself. You being selfish or selfish, I'm gonna be if that's what you call me. I'm not being selfish. I'm being intentional about my peace. I'm being intentional about my clarity. I'm being intentional about my purpose. I am being intentional about what it is that I need in my life. I'm living intentionally. I was on autopilot when I was living according to what everybody else wanted me to do. This is my season. This is our chance to step into freedom. It's our chance to your chance to step into confidence, your chance to step into purpose. You deserve it. It is yours. Can't nobody keep you from getting what's already yours, but what you're going to have to do is say, I deserve it. I deserve it, and I'm going to put the time in to get it. I'm going to sit down. I can't, I have a few people that I've talked to, authors and things of that nature, got books that they still writing, waiting to write. Why you ain't start that book yet? I don't have time. I'm doing this. Or make time. How you not going to have time for something that's connected to your purpose? Make time. When I started writing my book, I was still working jobs, having kids, in the marriage. That was all the things. It was an hour. All I needed was an hour. I took an hour a day. If you can't take an hour a day to work on you, ooh, sweet baby, I can only imagine how your heart feels. I can only imagine how you're showing up. You are going to have to take some time out for yourself. Sweet baby, your next season is waiting on you. And it starts when you decide to make a decision to show up for yourself. The way you've been showing up for everybody else, the way you show up for that job that's not appreciated, the way you show up for that relationship, the way you show up for the family, the way you show up for everybody and anything else, I need you to be okay. Give yourself permission to show up for you. We not faking it till we make it. We gonna show up, and we gonna show up with confidence. We're not going to be around here faking to be healed when we know we're not. We're not going to be fake. When people ask me now how your day is, my day is great on purpose. It was a moment in time when I would say, it's okay, I'm all right. I was lying. Now, if I hear I'm all right, I know you're lying. It's okay. I know you're lying. If you can't tell me how it is, then you don't even tell me, because it's just me. Because what's happening is you can't even identify, or you can't even really correlate what it is that's going on. You just know something ain't right. No, baby. When I tell you, oh, I'm having a great day on purpose, my days is even them days I don't do nothing, baby. I ain't do nothing. I made me a slot pot. That's what I called it, y'all. I took me some turnip greens, some turnips, some corn on the cob, and some vegetables, and I put that thing in that crock pot, and I said, this is just going to be dinner today. Did some cornbread and some rice. I did some laundry. I cleaned my house, baby, cleaned the house. It wasn't like it didn't take me but like 45 minutes to do that, but hey, it was done. And I soaked my feet. I ain't do a whole lot. That's all I did. Well, I did have a few meetings. I did a couple of interviews for the nonprofit project and things of that nature. So we, had them couple. But I literally, I sat up in here with one sock on and one sock out with some flip flops on. Don't judge yourself. Don't try to judge me. And I was okay. I was in peace. I determined I wasn't going out there. Now I opened my blinds and my curtains so I can look outside. That was peace, baby. What you do today? I enjoyed me. I went in there and had me a massage. I said whatever. It was not, I had a day to where I was focused on me. My phone was ringing. I wasn't answering it. It was my time. We have to be okay with being able to do that. I tell my daughter, quick, baby, no, give me 5 feet, ma'am. Right now, I can't even handle me and you. Give me a second. Let's run back to it. We trying to handle everything right then because it's urgent to everybody else. What is urgent to us? That's all I want us to know. What's urgent to us? Our healing, our peace, our belief, and us walking in purpose should be urgent to us. Our values should be urgent to us. Our visions, our goals should be urgent to us. I want you to remember this. Your values are more than words on a page. They're your compass, sweet baby. They are your anchor. They are your guide. According to what you value, according to how you see yourself, it's according to how you allow yourself to move. They tell you where to go. They protect you. They tell you, they show you how to show up authentically yourself. We ain't faking it till we make it. They're going to show you how to show up in every area of your life. Your clarity today is going to create. It's going to create your freedom for tomorrow. If you start putting in the work today, you're going to allow yourself to receive and experience freedom tomorrow. And look, don't feel like tomorrow I didn't woke up and I ain't free. Don't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Your tomorrows. It's the process. It's the process. And the process is gonna be consistent. Because there's somebody that's gonna probably wake up tomorrow and be like, ooh, I don't feel the freedom, baby. It's a process. You keep working at it until you get it, because according to how you've been showing up, according to what you've been thinking, according to what you've been allowing yourself to feel, you're going to need some time with it. Every day is the opportunity for me to work on self. Every day is the opportunity of me to boost confidence, to really set goals that I can really walk to even evaluate myself, because every season is going to require something different. I am really, well, I've come out of a season. I have a 16-year-old, my last baby. Pretty soon, y'all, I'm gonna be preparing to step in a whole nother season in life. You know, I was talking to my kids the other day, and my nephew, I've raised him, and he made a statement. He said, "Auntie, just look." He said, just look. We ain't babies no more. I said, I know. I said, I know you're not, and I'm excited that I've gotten the opportunity to see y'all's growth. And I'm also excited because now I get to think about me more. Now I don't have the expectations that I've had, all the expectations. It's not as overwhelming, you know what I'm saying, for myself, trying to fit in what I desire, what I value. Now, I had values there, but it was a different set of life because of who I had to be. I had to be a hands-on mama. Now, these children, they grown. They paying their own bills, having their own kids, and I'm just here for standby. Let me know when you need me. I just know you don't need me all the time. I'm just saying. It's going to create freedom. When you know what truly matters to you, your decision is going to come easier. Those no's going to become easier. Those boundaries, they are going to become natural. Your energy, baby, you're going to spend that thing on what actually grows and fulfill you, no more, or you're going to just be allowing yourself to just go on, just float. You're like a little leaves in the water, just out there float. You don't know where you're going. You better get on in this lifeboat so we can get to where we're going with confidence. I'm just saying. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm always excited. Y'all gonna hear me say I'm excited all the time. My heart just be jumping, just be that's how my heart be. Listen, when I'm doing something I love to do, baby, I'll be excited about that thing. I do. It was a moment of time where my voice was silent. Um, you know, growing up, I would hear all the time, you talk too much. You always got something to say. And this and that. And it wasn't nothing bad. I couldn't understand it, but I didn't start understanding the people that was around that couldn't receive what I had. And what I started doing was shrinking. I also feel that it was part of the purpose. I had to go through something, and what the shrinkage that I had experienced, once I realized that was power in my voice. It was purpose in my voice. It was purpose in my words. It was wisdom that's there. Once I understood that for myself, then I understood that it's not according to what somebody else think. If they don't receive me today, that is their business, not mine. You probably didn't heard me to say, and probably didn't. I remember the what actually got me like ready to start doing my podcast. And when I really made the decision actually to do my podcast, I actually made the decision before I actually did it. I was getting myself prepared, kind of getting an idea of how I was going to flow with it, what I was going to do, and all the things. And it's still evolving. But when I made that decision, I'll be honest with you, me and my ex-husband, my last ex-husband, during our separation, what led up to our separation, it was a petty little argument. And that's how I knew that it was time to end that space. But that man said something to me, and I thank him to this day. Baby, I appreciate this man for what he said. You want me to tell you what he said? He said, you make me miserable and I can't stand the sound of your voice. Y'all know what I did when it started the podcast. I'm not going to allow what you think about me to keep me from where I'm going. I had already done that. I had already been silenced. Somebody has been silenced in the space. This is the time. This is the moment to go ahead and take your voice back. It's yours. It's not theirs. This is the time. This is the moment to go ahead and stand on what you value. If I had not allowed myself to sit with myself, if I had not allowed myself to be in a position to understand myself, understand who I am and whose I am, then I wouldn't be walking in purpose. This is part of my purpose. The things that I get to do, God had already told me years ago. I don't know how he be talking to y'all, but y'all, we be having conversations. And he said, I'm gonna turn your pain into purpose. If you actually knew some of the things that I'm getting to do, they actually started with the place of pain. I have a whole rental house that I was violated in. I asked God for it. I asked Him to allow me to have it, and in that space, allow me to be able to. I wanted that house to do something to make a good. I needed it to be, it was this weird space. It was a very real space. But nevertheless, the house that at one point of time caused me pain is the house that puts a check in my bank account every month. 3 checks, not one, three. I'm just saying, I ain't gloating. I'm just saying we are going to have to be okay with identifying even with those things that has hurt us, because those things that sometimes hurt us is those very things that God is going to use to bless us. We are sitting back and we have had hurt moments, and in those hurt moments we are sitting holding on to that, and we're not looking at the purpose. When you allow yourself to know what you value, if you allow yourself to be able to live intentionally with purpose, you're going to be able to look at those situations, and you're going to be able to evaluate those situations not just with the physical eye but with the spiritual eye. You're going to be able to see, okay, God got His hands in it. If we don't see situations where God have His hands in it, baby, I'm telling you, you're missing out on some things. When it came down to the point, I don't know, when I be seeing, it says invite. Okay. When it comes down to the point of us walking in clarity, us walking in the space in which we deserve, it's going to take for us to look back at some of those things that hurt. Oh, sweet baby, I'm just saying. There are some things, and then going through. I'm gonna tell you something else about this, because this is just how God worked out. I gotta tell you, because I need you to understand that it was some things that I had to go through. Like, I didn't wake up like this. I woke up cute, baby. I woke up cute. But this morning I woke up wise, but I ain't always woke up wise. You understand me? I'm just gonna be honest. This is a moment of transparency. Not only did that house, so we talking about this house that literally it caused pain. I was violated in this house. I actually asked God in that moment, because I was working on forgiving. I knew it was so imperative that I forgave this moment. And it was a hard thing to forgive because it was actually tied to one of my children, right? Love it to death. That's my baby. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna, she was here because she was meant to be here. We just gonna leave it there. But I asked for this house. I didn't know when it was gonna come. I just wanted to take, as part of my healing, as part of me, going through what I went through. I wanted this house, and I wanted this house to be used to change the life of somebody else. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just being honest, right? And so I remember 2019. So we're talking about some years has passed, but that house was on my mind. It was on my heart, even if it was sitting back in the subconscious. I ended up starting in real estate. And when I started in real estate, I'm a wholesaler at the time. So I started in real estate, and I made a few calls. I got in. I was sitting one day, and some said, look up that house and see if anybody had that house. Because I lived in that house, of course, years ago, right? Look at that house and see if anybody lived in that house or have the house. So I called, I researched, I got the person that lived in the house. I'm in Dallas, Texas. He's over in San Antonio. No, Austin. He was in Austin, Texas. So I called and I did my little 1-2 spiel. I didn't even get through with my whole presentation because, baby, by the time I said, yes, I'm calling about the house of such address. And I got this whole spiel. Listen, y'all, I sat there. I didn't practice this whole spiel. Like, I was rocking. I was confident in everything that man said. When I said, I'm calling about the house at such and such address, he said, you want it? I was I'm sitting there, I'm like, so do I finish my script or what? We got to have that mindset shift when those blessings come, because those blessings will come through. And sometimes we be wondering, is it more we need to do? That man said, do you want it? I said, well, yeah, how much you want for it? He said, I've not been back to that house for 3 years. He said, you can just, I don't want you to give me anything for it. He said, you can just, if you want to take over the mortgage, there's a mortgage on it. You can just take over the mortgage. We came down from Texas to Alabama. We had to sign those. We signed the deed and things of that nature. Now, in this moment, I was a little nervous. I'm like, this is a big house. We ain't talking about no little 3-bedroom house, y'all. This is a 7-bedroom, 4 bathrooms, 7-bedroom, 4 bathrooms. It has 2 living areas, like 2 kitchens. It's a huge house because there's 3 different sections in this house. You got the main house, is what I call it. You have the main house, then you have a studio downstairs, you have the studio upstairs. We're talking about a huge house. And so I was sitting there like, Lord, I'm okay. Thank you for letting me get the house. I'm okay with just wholesaling this, making me a couple of little, thousand, I'm saying 5,000. That's what I could have did it with. But he would not let me wholesale this house, y'all. He would not let me wholesale this house. So I even had a couple of people that I was going to partner with. And I've been asking God for this for years. Then he gave it to me. I'm like, ooh, this for me, God. So I tried to partner with somebody on the house. I didn't even know him. I'm like, okay, we can all sit at the table and eat. That's just the mindset I was in. But then I realized that their values, my values wasn't aligned. They was in it for the money, and they was okay with they was trying to, it was just some unethical things that was in there, and I didn't like it. And it didn't work for me. I didn't like it. And I remember it was two people. They was cousins, actually. I remember praying one day after I saw the first incident. I said, Lord, if it's your will, let your will be done. If it's anybody that's attached to this, that's going to do something different than what you would have done, let it be removed. I swear to y'all, it wasn't even, because that's the day we actually came down here and we was at the, doing a deed or whatever. I swear to you now, I got a phone call from one of the ladies, and she said, and she was one, it was actually her that, made me feel uncomfortable with the decisions that she was trying to make. And she said, I just got to thinking, I'm just going to let y'all go ahead and just have this deal. And I'm sitting there. I remember I was at one of my cousins' house standing in the backyard, and I stood there and I said, okay, thank you. I didn't want to know why. There was nothing I needed to ask her at that moment because God had already spoken up. He already had said. Then he came and got the other person here. Oh my goodness, we would have a whole nother story time to really try to tell you actually what was going on in this moment and what was being done. But I'm not going to hold up too much time. We've been here for a little time now, baby. Y'all don't forget to keep tapping that screen though. But, went through. Lord, if it's your will, let your will be done. If it's anybody that's attached to this deal, let them fall off. I'm just saying, because there was some things that was going on. And I was still in that space of kind of keeping the peace. I'm just going to be honest. I was still living in that space. We're talking about 2019, 2021 is when things really hit me. And I knew, baby, you cannot walk out of this season without changing. You're going to have to sit everything down and you're going to have to focus on you. That's just what it was. So here it is. We got this young lady. It just wasn't working, y'all. They didn't see, they saw money over people, and then God is not taking me into spaces where I'm so concerned over money that I forget the people that I'm there to serve. I'm just saying. Everything done. So now it's just me on the house. I said, Lord, we talking about, this is a big house. It was a mortgage on the house. If you know anything a little bit about wholesaling the real estate, we was just gonna do a subject to where I was gonna assume the mortgage on the property, right? So that didn't come with no big check. I wasn't refinancing it at that time. I had to wait a little time, just all the things, right? But let me tell you how good God is, and that's how I knew that I was working in purpose. So already pain happened in the house. I asked God for the house. Years later, God blessed me with the house. When I got blessed with the house, I was a little nervous, wondering like, God, did you call me to it? Of course he did, right? So here it is. I got it. Pain was trying to seep up in that space, but God said, no, when I went and talked to him, he said, let's just go ahead and remove it. So then it went from there to, I went to the bank. I didn't sign for this house. The house, everything getting transferred in my name. I don't have a loan for this house, y'all. So I'm like, Lord, how am I going to fix this house up? When I tell you that God allowed me to use paychecks, I'm talking about my regular little pay that I was getting at the time. Everybody got paid. Everybody got paid. Material. There was decisions, and there was people that came up, y'all, that I was like, I was sitting one day, I was like, oh Lord, we need some blinds. It's a lot of windows in this house. We need some blinds. Why did somebody come through with a whole discount on some blinds? Little to nothing. It was even to the point to where I had to have about 20. Y'all, there's so many smoke detectors that had to be put up in the house because the house is huge. I went and bought all these smoke detectors thinking I done did something. And then I had a guy that come over there and he convinced me that I had the wrong smoke detectors. Find out that I didn't. What he was doing was trying to get money. I had to go and repurchase all these smoke detectors. I promise y'all, the smoke detectors was purchased with a credit card. They was purchased. I actually have the receipt for the purchase. It was about $400 or $500 for these smoke detectors that I was told that needed to be gotten over the ones that I had, right? To this day, I've never seen it show up on the bill. When I say God had his hand in it, see, I had to start looking at things for what it was. I can still be looking at the pain that I was experiencing there, but I knew I had to forgive some things. Literally, it was so many things. The inspector that came over there to the house, for the house, yeah, it's gonna get juicy. I'm gonna tell you something. The inspector that came over there to the house in that moment, they said that he was one of the coldest little inspectors in the world. Like, you got to make sure everything is top notch and this and that, yada yada. There ain't nothing he can do now because it's 7 years later. But he came and he approved us to go ahead and he approved everything for the house. We actually noticed ourselves, although we fixed the issue. We noticed ourselves there was something that was very important that he looked over. We was on timeline though. If he would have declined it or didn't approve it, then we would have had to wait another 2 to 3 weeks to be able to get this house operable. You see how God can work some things out. You see how he would take the pain and turn it into purpose. I get these people, my tenants in the house. They still in the house now. I get my tenants in the house. My tenants is in the house from August of 2019 to February of 2020. And I did not have one mortgage payment. The rent payments that was sent and that was paid from my tenants, the rent payments that was paid from my tenants went straight to my pockets. It was all profit. Remember, I didn't have to go in and put a down payment or anything. We just transferred the deed. And when we transferred the deed and the loan to the property, the bank held off all those months until it was, they didn't know what they was blessing me in, but God said, don't you worry, I got you. That's why it's important to live. Now, I was still learning some things then. That's why, it was easy for me to really, when I decided to really sit down and work on me, it was easy to start the healing journey because I had seen God show up in some areas, in some moments in my life. All the things that I was dealing with, the trauma, the molestation, the things that I dealt with in life, I don't even have a reason. I don't even have the energy, y'all, to be mad about it no more. Like, there ain't nothing I'm mad about. There's nothing that I'm hurt about. Now, this me, this sciatic over here a little disrespectful. Now, that sciatic got sister a little hurt. But other than that, baby, my heart is at peace. There's nothing, I ain't got no reason to be mad and bitter. I get to walk intentionally. I got in that house, and that was a house pain into purpose. Now it's something else. It's something else gonna happen with that house, y'all. I can't tell y'all about it right now. We'll know about it in about, we'll say January. Just stick with me in January, and then we will know what's going down because he's going to elevate. He's taking it higher because pain is purpose. Going through life, people telling me I talk too much, and I wasn't the gospel. When you're not finna sit here and just talk, we'll laugh about something that somebody do that's little silly like but we're not gonna talk about somebody downfall. It was nothing that I did or I allowed myself to sit in the spaces of just being comfortable with doing. But you had a lot of people, they don't want to when they don't want to hear the truth. You talk too much and all that. Well, my pain it caused me some things because there was a moment in life where I thought something was wrong with me because I couldn't stop talking. Like I was just excited about talking. And it's crazy because I'm actually introverted and extroverted. I can sit in here. When I get off here, you're not going to hear but this little heater. I don't watch TV. I don't even be having the radio on. I have certain times where I'll focus on, maybe a little something motivation on TV or some little music here and there or whatever. But I like my quiet. I like my peace. I like my moments when I don't talk to nobody because I know I can talk, right? There was pain that came behind it. There was a lot of stopping that came behind me, being able to speak up for myself, to be able to speak in general. It was like more of me talking was like a punishment. I was in trouble, right? God has turned that into purpose. I'm a motivational coach now. Not only I'm coaching. Y'all see me here on live, right? Hey, YouTube. We turn pain into purpose. In life, when you get to the point of having self-awareness, when you get to know what you actually value, where you're actually going to stand up in, what means the most to you, you're going to be able to walk intentionally. I intentionally walk. I'm not concerned about money. I get money. I'm not comparing myself. There are some people that probably started before me that's on a platform bigger than me, and I'm not worried about that, y'all. I'm right here with y'all, sweet baby. My purpose and my destiny is tied differently. I am not consumed with getting there quicker. I want to get there in the time that I need to get there, because if I get there too fast, I'm going to miss something. This is not a season in my life where I want to miss anything, baby. I want to sit in it. I enjoy, even when things does not turn the way that I want them to turn out. I have the mindset now. So, okay, God, I feel like, all right, God, that didn't work. Go on and show out for sister. I know you're out there watching out for me because I refuse to been and walk through the life that I've walked through, seeing God show up the way that He showed up, seeing Him position me to learn more about me, to be able to learn more about Him, and to heal the things that try to break me so that He can use those things for His purpose, for His good. I just refuse to sit in it. There's no more time to sit and waste. Those broken relationships, baby, we done wrote books. That pain in those broken relationships, those moments that I did not value myself as I should, didn't love myself as I should, didn't set boundaries as I should, didn't focus on myself, didn't identify with who I really was, allow myself to be a people pleaser, that person is long gone. And the pain that was caused in those moments, guess what? I'm an author now. Pain into purpose, sweet baby. Pain into purpose. I want you to know that this life, this season, this time, this space that you're about to enter into, it has been waiting on you. It's been waiting. It's been waiting. The blessings has been there. It's just waiting for you to show up. That life that you desire to have, that peace that you desire to have, that confidence that you desire to have, it's actually there. It's just waiting on you to show up. That's it. That's all. What y'all got to talk to me about? I done said all I'm gonna say. I'm done. Yeah, once I pull my blanket up, I'm done. I done said it. Nah. Anybody want to come up here and talk with me? I just opened up because I got a few more minutes, baby. I put that chicken on low. And so I know in a minute, I got a few more minutes and I got to jump to Kroger's, baby. I hope these folks ain't packed up there. I am that person that's going to get some things that's a little bit late. It's going to be late, but I'm going to get it. I ain't got a whole lot to cook today. We done. We already know. We know that Monday, it was self-awareness. So we got to get aware of self. We got to understand where we're going, where we're going, what's going on with us. We need to know our weaknesses and our strengths and our weaknesses. They actually make up a great part of us because we know what we're strengthening, we know what we're weak in, we know how to maneuver around them. So the things that we're weak in don't hold us back. I'm just saying. And today we was talking about our values. What is it that makes us us? What is it that excites us? What is it that allows our just tummy to just jump all over the place because we just excited? What is it that allows us to be protected when it comes down to our boundaries and things of that nature? What do we desire to have? Who are we? Who are we at the core of who we are, not the expectations of what other people think or who we should be, if that makes sense. So that's it. We got a couple of more days. Yes, I am going to be on here in the morning because why? I ain't eating turkey and dress until about 3:00. So 7:00 being on live, what's it going to do? It's going to keep me consistently and walking in purpose. That's it. That's all. That's it. Now I want to talk about some food. If you hear tap the screen, let's talk about some food. Make sure you tap the screen, but let's talk about some food. I don't have a lot that I'm going to cook, but this is what I'm going to do. I got some chicken and dressing. I'm going to do the chicken and dressing. I'm going to do a little tater salad. And I'm not putting no raisins in no tater salad. I don't know who do that. I just don't do that, right? My niece asked for a pineapple cheesecake. So I'm going to do a pineapple cheesecake. And I am debating on doing a lemon cream cheese pound cake. That's going to be something that I ain't going to announce just in case I choose not to do it because I'm not no pro in it. And, but I did one a few weeks. I ain't do one, y'all. I'm lying. I did 5, baby. I threw 3 of them things away. It just didn't do right. It didn't look the way I wanted it to look. Don't judge me. My aunt said, if you throw one more of those cakes away, me and you going to have a problem. But I ended up doing 5. And they was turning out good. The flavor was there. But I realized that it was my oven that's not calibrated right. So I had to leave it in a little bit longer. So, yeah, I may attempt it again. Because, baby, we went through a lot. We went through about 2 dozen of eggs. You think about doing 5-pound cakes. Do you know how much butter and eggs? My aunt thinks eggs are too doggone high. You over there wasting all those eggs. I said, I only did like 24 eggs. She said, get on my nerve. Y'all, I was determined. That's what it was. I'm only cooking sweet potatoes, sweet potato pies, and macaroni and cheese. Hey, listen, have you? So I do these things. I'll make my sweet potato batter, and I'll do the sweet potato pies. But I usually do this when I'm like maybe cooking. I'll invite my siblings over or something. We may go to my cousin's house. But I'll take, and if you take the sweet potato batter, make sure that thing is good, baby, and get you some of those one-ton wraps, the little one-ton wraps. Put you a little bit of that sweet potato in those wontons and fry that thing, baby. It's something so good. Like my people love it. Sometimes I've done them where I've made a little cream cheese little mixture and it be sweet potato and cream cheese, whatever. I just make it do, but it's so good. Put your little powdered sugar on that thing when you're done. Girl, let me tell you, my cousin was trying to get me to do those do some peach cobbler egg rolls, but I ain't gonna let it. I ain't gonna. I know my limits. And you ain't gonna pressure me this holiday season. I ain't gonna be up in the kitchen. What mama cooking? Let's see. I'm doing chicken and dressing, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, jam, some other turkey wings. Oh Lord, come through. My mom is a baker, so I know exactly what you tell mama to help me figure out how long I need this pound cake. Cause I'm gonna do it this time. I am determined. Listen. I am gonna do that pound cake this time. It's just gotta work. I'm gonna turn my I'm gonna turn my pain into purpose with this pound cake, baby, because it was painful having to throw those things away. But my aunt told me you gotta put one on, put it in the freezer. That dad's one she did put it in the freezer. And so I put it in the freezer. All it was is it was cooked, it was dry, but in the middle, when it's not, if it would have stayed a few more moments, it was like a discolor around it. Like, and it, when I look at it, it instantly told me, hey, it could have dried up a little bit more. So that's what I figured it was. But my sister actually came the other day and she was like, what is this? I was like, it's some pound cake child I attempted to make. And she actually ate it. She said, this is good. So she actually got her a couple of pieces. So I went all the way off. But yeah, it got to be the way when you got a vision, when you got something in mind, it just had to be the way that I know it should be. I ain't, we ain't gotta have do it. We just gonna do it. I'm gonna do 2 sweet potato pies and 1 cheesecake praline. Oh, I bet that's gonna be good. Yes, I didn't soak. I am ready, y'all. I am so ready for it. I am so ready for it. I am. Now Christmas, I ain't even gonna make like I'm doing a big thing. I have been kind of thinking, but I don't think I want the tradition. Like I don't like to eat Christmas food. Like I don't like to eat the same meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to. Yeah, that's what it didn't. It didn't do something. It didn't do something. But it's gonna do right this time. I'm gonna post some pictures of it. But I don't like to eat like the whole traditional thing for Christmas and Thanksgiving. We're gonna have to do a little bit. You know what I'm saying, something different. Like, I just don't. Now I love me some chicken and dressing, baby. And what I'm gonna do though, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take me some and I'm gonna freeze it because I'm gonna want it later. It is something about taking some chicken and dressing. And it's a crazy thing. Don't judge me. On the day it's first made, I like cranberry sauce, right? I'll still have cranberry sauce in the refrigerator, but it's something about eating it with grape jelly. Don't judge me. Mind your business. Your taste buds, my taste buds, a little bit different. But baby, give me some leftover dressing and call me your baby mama. I'm sorry. Sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, girl, what was you thinking? Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Sometimes if you mix too long, it can cause that. Oh. Oh, so he put grape jelly in his, or is it the dressing that he like? That's what because when I be mixing it, I don't even like, I don't think I put no time or nothing. It's like this enter thing, this enter thought that says, oh, it's let me end over here. Let me go ahead and end this on YouTube. YouTube, I love y'all. Thank you. I hope when you watch this message that you allow yourself to really understand and identify with what you value. We will see you in the morning. Don't forget to click the link in the bio. Go ahead and join me at the Vision and Goals Workshop. Have an amazing rest of the week on purpose, but I will see you in the morning. I forgot I was